Howdy y'all, my name's Maya and welcome back to Maya Mondays. So you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you know what I'm talking about. My only warning at this point is that I am not the person to be taking this advice from. I have yet to figure this out for myself, but I do have a lot of experience from dating various people and learning multiple things. So this advice is mostly based off of things that I have learned for myself and that I feel may be common sense, but it may help some of you guys out there. And so with that said, just take this with a grain of salt. Also note that this is rated for college relationships and up. So in high school, just have fun. My first piece of advice: go on dates. That's something I've never really done myself before, but I feel like it would help to go on a few dates a few weeks before you decide to get committed to a person so that you know the person a little bit. Because if you just get committed right away after the first date, you're just gonna be based off the motivation of, oh, I'm gonna get to know this person until I decide I don't like what I know anymore. So like, just get to know the person a bit first, so that way you can also keep a lookout for red flags, which may vary from person to person, so I'm not gonna list any right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Stay away from online quizzes and horoscopes. If you're gonna use anything online from the internet to help guide your relationship, I would suggest the Myers-Briggs personality test. It was in my last video. It will help you understand more about your personality and everything, and to me it's just more accurate than anything the stars are gonna tell you.
Sis, you don't even know what you're talking about.
It's because she's a Virgo girl, that's why she's saying all this stuff.
Maybe she's got a point, guys.
I definitely don't think so, but let's hear what else she has to possibly say.
And if you're taking online quizzes, just realize that it was made by some random stranger without any credentials. So all of the answers that you're gonna get are both gonna put you or your partner in a panic and make you overthink for no reason. Because it is an online quiz, it's supposed to be fun. It's not serious, so don't take it so serious. Have a sense of humor. To me, it's important to have a sense of humor because like, that's just how I am and who I am as a person, and I love laughing with other people, and like I love sending memes back and forth between people. I don't know if that's just me or like if you guys do that too, but that's a thing about me. And with that said, like I feel like you should be able to feel like you can be yourself with the other person, because if you're not being yourself, then who is the other person falling for, and why are you cheating yourself, I guess, at that point? I think like the best part about being in a relationship is that it feels like you're dating your best friend. You know what I mean? Like you should be that close to your partner as to where you can just be yourself and be funny and whatever else without worrying about it. So have a sense of humor. Overall, just like make sure that you're being yourself. By God, communicate at all times. Some conversations are just gonna be uncomfortable to have. Be an adult and handle your stuff. I feel like that's the most common sense one that I have. Honesty, for God's sake. Don't be the reason for someone's trust issues down the road. Only say what you mean when you mean it. Duh. Beyond just yelling at people to be honest though, you also have to realize to be honest with yourself. If you feel that you are not ready for a relationship, whether it is because of past experience, because you're still healing, for mental health reasons, or because you're just genuinely not looking for a relationship, or any other reason that you don't feel like you should be in this relationship, take some time, take a breath, don't do it. Don't do it. If you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. You will know when you know. Do not force something, just take your time, take as much time as you need, and when you're ready, put yourself out there again. But you never, ever have to pity date, you never have to feel uncomfortable in something. Only do something when you're comfortable. I feel like that's also kind of common sense. This one kind of hurts my feelings, but do not make a romantic playlist on Spotify, Pandora, SoundCloud, whatever, until you are at least 6 months to a year in the relationship. Do not do it within the first week. Do not do it within the first month. It will hurt you. All it will do if and when you break up is hurt your feelings, and no one deserves that kind of power over your favorite songs. As an alternative, you are free to share music with your partner, but playlists, especially to me, are very personal. So just know what you're risking, because otherwise it'll look a little something like this.
Got my head spinning, no kidding, I can't pin you down. Head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. 'Cause all of me
Select, never settle. You deserve the entire world, okay? And if your partner is not giving that to you for any reason or lack thereof, like Jordan Peele once said, get out. Actions speak louder than words, and that's a fact. If stuff doesn't seem to be adding up from what they're saying and what they're doing, either acknowledge the problem and demand a change from the other person, which will probably not happen or will happen very slowly and just piss you off even more, or demand more from yourself in terms of your expectations, because like I said, you deserve the world. If their actions aren't matching what they're saying, leave. Do yourself a favor. You're gonna save yourself a lot of time and a world of hurt. On a rather positive note, try to be open-minded about things. Being in a relationship, you have to be vulnerable, and one thing that us as humans are most afraid of is judgment. If you're judging your partner, what is wrong with you? Just try to be there for the other person as much as you can. Also with this one, know that love is defined and expressed different ways among different people. So it may be sooner than you expected, it may be later than you expected. But all I'm saying is if someone says the way they feel to you, when they feel it, take that. But if you don't feel it back, don't feel obligated to say it back, because that's not your responsibility. It is your responsibility if you're in a relationship to commit to the person. But if you are not feeling, say, love, right? If you feel it soon and you say it soon and you mean it, fine. But like I said, the other person, or you, if it's said to you first, does not have to feel obligated to say it back. Only say it when you mean it. And that goes with honesty, you know what I mean? Because that will cause trust issues and a lot of emotional trauma, and that's not fair to anyone. The last bit of advice I have is kind of confusing because it goes both ways, I guess, but just know the boundaries between your friends and your relationship. It is so important to find balance between having both, because your friends are supposed to be permanent and will be there for you after the relationship, because a relationship, depending on your age, is only supposed to be temporary or could end up being temporary sooner than you expected. And so with that said, know that your friends are going to be there for you, so like don't put your relationship above them, but also don't put your friends above your relationship, because it will leave your partner feeling very insecure and like they will never be able to add up to your friends. So it's a little confusing on how to balance that, but just make sure that you're spending an equal amount of time with both and that you're not prioritizing one over the other, I guess, because like I said, it should feel like you're dating your best friend anyway. But also just like realize that above everything else, you come first and that you need to also take care of yourself, because any relationship is a two-way street and your route matters just as much as the other person. You know what I mean? So take care of yourself and just try to find balance as best as you can between friends and relationship, because it will cause tension sometimes. Anyways, that's all the advice I have for you today. I hope it helps. If you guys have more advice, feel free to leave it in the comments, because the more the merrier at this point. Like, why not? We're all learning together, right? Otherwise, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, because it makes me feel good about myself. I love social validation. Also, be sure to follow my medias. You already know, I talk about this every video. It doesn't get old for me. Hopefully it's not old for you. But anyways, thank you for watching. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time.